Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there is no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Good evening everyone, good evening. No issues. Okay, no issues. Okay, that's great, Praveen Rao. We'll wait for 2 more minutes so that everyone is able to join us and then we'll start with our today's class. In the meanwhile, if you guys have any questions or queries that you want to ask, please let me know and I will help you out with the same. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How are you guys? Good evening, everyone. Hello. How are you guys? Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Once some of the people for the boot camp have joined us, I will explain about the boot camp about me as well. Don't worry about it. In the meanwhile, if you guys have any questions or queries, please do let me know. Okay. So, how many of you are coming to the boot camp for the very first time? Like, this is your very first boot camp that you are attending today. Amazon clone certificates. Let me just confirm with my team. I also have no idea whether the certificates have been sent out or not. Okay, Amit? Okay, so some of you are for the first time. Has the Amazon clone certificates been sent out? Has the Amazon clone bootcamp? Hello? Hello? It's a network issue, I guess. Give me a second, guys. Has the Amazon clone bootcamp certificates been sent? Yeah, the time has already passed for the project submission. Okay, okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, Amit, the certificates are being verified. Sorry, the projects are being verified right now. I've been informed by my team that in 1 or 2 days, all the verifications will be completed and then the certificates will be sent out. Okay. Okay, great. So many of you are first timers right over here. I'm able to see like 10, 20 people are first timers. So are the rest of the you, like for example, I'm only able to see like 10 or 20 people who are coming for this bootcamp the first time. So are 80 of you right now, the rest 80 people who are live with us right now have already attended some of our boot camps. Please let us know. Sabrina, I have already showed in the video. If you go and watch the video that we have posted on YouTube for project submission, you will be able to find out what you have to put inside the project submission form. Okay, please watch the video itself. Hello, sir. I'm here for the first time. First time. Okay. So some of you have attended our previous boot camp. Some of you are coming for this particular boot camp for the very first time. No issues in that. It's great that most of you have joined us for this particular boot camp. It's amazing. Okay. We will be looking at Python. We will be starting with Python, of course. So some of you have already studied a bit of like Python from the previous boot camp as well, but we will be going through it once again because like I said, some new people have also joined us right now. Then we'll be looking at CNN. Okay, that is neural networks. Okay, we'll be diving a little bit into machine learning, deep learning, trying to understand neural networks, trying to understand convolutional neural networks that are mostly used for image processing. And then we'll be using YOLO. Okay, you look only once. That is the name of the algorithm that we are going to use for our object detection inside of images. So what we are going to use is we are going to code it from scratch in Python. So and the only prerequisite that you are going to have during the entire program is English, because the mode of communication that we'll be having will be in English itself. We'll be learning Python, then we'll be looking at a little bit of machine learning, a little bit of deep learning, a little bit of neural networks, convolutional neural networks, YOLO, and then the project itself. Okay, so it will be an amazing boot camp where, and at the end, of course, we will be working on a project that you can put up on your resume as well. So yeah, it would be amazing. So we'll not be using media pipe for object detection. Like I said, we'll be using YOLO. Okay. That's great, Sarvasthi. Srijan. That's great, Srijan. Okay. Anything else, guys? Do you have any questions, any queries? So let me answer that as well. My name is Shaurasana. I have previously worked as a data analyst, as a full stack engineer, and as well as a software engineer, working at various companies like Reliance, Geo, and other companies as well. I have also run recruitment drives for more than 30, 40 plus companies. Um, we run this particular non-profit startup called as DevTown right over here, in which we try to like introduce students to different technologies that are there, whether it be full stack web development, whether it be data science, whether it be cyber security or cloud computing, and so on and so forth, with just one aim in mind, that is placements. So our goal is to help you give a platform where you are able to focus just upon placements itself. And we have developed a team of over 35 mentors from companies like Google, Microsoft, Atlassian, Goldman Sachs, McKinsey and Company, Morgan Stanley, and so on and so forth, who are always here ready to help you guys understand stuff from just one perspective, how to get into these companies. We are not here to like, okay, so whether it be data science, whether it be full stack, yes, if you're just learning that, you will be able to do freelancing, you will be able to do other stuff as well, you will be able to participate in hackathons, but at the end of the day, that won't help you get into different companies. Right now, getting into companies such as maybe Microsoft, Amazon, or something like that is equivalent to like studying physics, chemistry, and maths and getting into IIT J by IIT or NITs by giving J mains and advance is the exact same thing. And that is what we are trying to provide right over here. A training center what where students are able to prepare just for getting into these companies. So that is our aim. Okay. Okay. Uh, Kandla, we have already provided the Amazon clone project submission link. Go to the video. Okay, we have already provided it. Okay. uh, Sir, is onwards visibility bootcamp completed, and when I will get the certificate. So as we are able to see, we have released the video as well. I had given you 5 to 6 days to complete the project, so I think so we have still 1 or 2 days left. Once the deadline for submitting the projects have been completed in 1 or 2 days, you will be able to get the certificates as well. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. What are the prerequisites for this bootcamp? The only prerequisite for the bootcamp is you should be familiar with English and nothing else. Okay. The rest I will be teaching you in the class itself. Okay, so let's get started with our today's bootcamp. Okay, and I hope that you guys are able to enjoy. Please remember that attendance and attending the session live on a daily basis is compulsory. We have brought this particular bootcamp in collaboration with Google as well as Microsoft. So this is the first bootcamp. So up till now, we were only collaborating with Google. From this particular bootcamp, we have also collaborated with Microsoft. So once the bootcamp is over, we will be asking you to submit your projects, and on the basis of your daily live attendance, as well as the project that you will be submitting. So we'll be doing the project live, but I will be asking you to redo the project and submit it as well. On the basis of that, you will be getting certificates from not one, not two, but three different companies. That is, one certificate will be given to you by DevTown, one certificate via Google Developer Groups, and the third certificate via Microsoft Student Learn Ambassador Program. Okay, so you are getting three certificates via three different companies, each of them having a lot of weightage as well. So attending the sessions is compulsory. Submitting the project is compulsory for getting these three certificates. I'm very proud to announce that we have collaborated with Microsoft as well. In the future, we'll be collaborating with various different companies. We are currently in the process of collaborating with 3 different companies as well to be able to provide you guys these type of boot camps, these type of certificates for free. Again, none of the certificates have any cost associated with this. None of the boot camps have any cost associated with this. Everything is free. If somebody is asking you to pay for our certificate or the boot camp, okay, it's not true. Okay, these boot camps are made with one sole purpose, that you guys are getting introduced to these technologies for free, okay, with a hands-on practice as well. So please remember that the only thing that we ask from you guys is your support and nothing else. So that's the only thing. Help our community grow. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, spread the news of the bootcamp to your peers as well, so that they are also able to take up the advantage of these bootcamps. That's it. Okay. Okay. So let's get started with the project itself. So once, if you are just opening this particular video, okay, the video that you're currently watching, and go to the description of the video itself. So let me just open this up. So this is the video that you're currently watching. Okay, just go down below, and in the description of the video itself, you will be able to see link to the notebook right over here. Let me just open up the live chat on my mobile phone so that I'm able to see the live chat as well. Okay. Gaming fun, don't rush into the project. The project will be doing on the last day of the bootcamp, that is on the 7th day. So we have 6 days. Focus upon what I'm teaching right now. Okay. Okay, great. So right over here, as you are able to see, link to the notebook in the description of the video that you are currently watching. Okay, just go down below, link to the notebook, click on this particular link. Okay, just click on this particular link. It will take you to the notebook that we are going to use. Okay. Diksha, there are no swags for the boot camp. Like I said, this is a free boot camp. We don't charge anything. We don't get any money for it. Okay. So we cannot even afford swags as well. We are a non-profit platform. Okay. Okay. That's great. Now we are able to provide you the certificates. That's the most that we are able to do, because these certificates via Google or Microsoft don't come cheap. Okay. Each of these certificates have a value of over 2,000 to 3,000 rupees. Okay. So then also we are able to provide it to you guys for free. Okay, so as you are able to see, we will be using this particular notebook to learn the basics of Python. First of all, you are able to see that it is highly commented. Okay, it has all the notes that is required for you to understand everything right now. Okay, everything that you need to understand, everything that we are going to learn and do right over here, you are easily able to see that everything has been well documented and in a notes format. So for example, a dictionary is a mutable data type that stores mapping with examples, with code elements. We have also provided you guys with some small assignments as well. If you are able to see, let me just show it to you guys, give me a second. So we have like some small assignments, some questions, and how you are going to reiterate over that, and so on and so forth. Okay, so you will be easily able to understand everything and get a brief concept about Python in the next 2 or 3 days. Okay, so we are going to utilize this notebook to study Python. Okay, so there will be a many number of questions in the live chat. If you guys have like, for those who have already attended some of our boot camps early on as well, if you know the answers to these questions, please do help them out. Okay, in that particular way, I don't have to like spend a lot of time in the live chat answering stuff, and I can focus upon the teaching aspect as well. Okay, again, this particular boot camp is for everyone. If you are in your first year, second year, third year, fourth year, if you have graduated, anyone who wants to get an understanding about data science or machine learning or deep learning, or maybe a intro to Python itself, it's for you. Okay. Okay, great. No, you don't need to have your laptop ready right now. If you want, you can have it with me as well, but I will be going through everything properly itself right over here. Okay. I've not filled the bootcamp form, but I need to learn this. How can I join? Please tell. But then do one thing. I will be releasing the attendance link at the end of the bootcamp itself. When the attendance link has been released, please fill the attendance form, and I will consider that as your enrollment to the bootcamp itself. Okay, so the attendance, how we are going to take up the live attendance every single day, I will be letting you guys know very soon, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, okay, great. So can we start off with our today's class? Please let me know, guys. Can we start off with our today's class? I've done a brief introduction. I've done a brief explanation as well about the boot camp. Should we start off with our today's class? Please let me know. Okay, amazing, guys, amazing. So let's start. So once you have clicked on that particular link, so the link to the notebook right over here, once you have opened it up, what I want you guys to do is go to Google. Okay, just search for google.com. Okay, and then search for collab, collab, collab. Okay, search for collab Google. Okay, once I've searched for collab Google, just click to welcome to collaboratory. Okay, Google research. Okay, so we have to just click on this. The entire stuff from your learning Python to deep learning, machine learning to the project itself, you don't require a laptop. You can do the entire stuff from your mobile phone as well. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. You can do the entire thing from your mobile phone as well. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Thank you, Diksha. Yes, the duration of the program is like every single day 1 to 1.5 hours. Sometimes it may be the case that I might be extending it to 1.5 hours, but as a fixed, it would be from 7 to 8 every single day. Okay, from 16th onwards, we'll be having 2 boot camps every single day. The timings for the same would be 7 to 8 and then 8:15 or 8:20 to 9:20. So that will be the 2 timings. One will be for the data science, one will be for the web development. So that is how we are planning right now. Okay, great. So once you have opened this up, there are a lot many options available to you right over here. We are having examples, recent, Google Drive, GitHub, and upload. I want you to select GitHub from right over here. Again, this is a YouTube video. Don't do it alongside with me. Okay, you can do it later on as well. And this video will be made available to you with lifetime access. Okay, but attending the session live is compulsory. You can watch it at a later point of time, but attendance will be counted only for those students who were here live. Okay, okay, great. So I want you to select GitHub right over here. Then the link that you had opened up from the description of the video, that is linked to the notebook, I want you to copy the link. Okay, just go to the URL and copy the link from right over here. And then I want you to remove this. Okay, enter a GitHub URL or search by organization or user. I want you to remove this from right over here and paste the link that you have copied. Then move to the right hand side of the link and then click on this particular search button. Okay, so that will open up your notebook inside of Google Collaboratory. Okay, now let me explain something about Google Collab or Google Collaboratory. That is the full form of Google Collab. So data science, basically, whenever you will be learning about machine learning, deep learning, or other important concepts like in AI as well, you need to understand that these are very computer hardwares and graphic intensive applications. The programs that you are usually creating in deep learning, machine learning, computer vision, all these different topics, these are very graphic intensive as well as hardware intensive, that utilize a lot of your resources from your laptops. For example, if you are working on a data set of like 4 GB, that will easily require at least an 8 GB RAM in your computer. If you are running your particular application, if you are training machine learning or a deep learning model, and your computer does not has a good quality graphic card, then it's a high probability that running it for 12 hours, that entire program for 12 hours, might burn your entire motherboard of your laptop as well. So all these different things are there, and nobody can like buy laptops that are having like Ryzen 9 processor, Intel Tiger Lake processor with like 18 or 32 gigs of RAM with the latest RTX 3060, 3070 graphic card inside of it. Although that is the configuration of my own laptop, but it costs about 1.5 to 1.6 lakhs. and not everybody will be able to buy or afford a particular app like machine that costs that much. So Google wanted to make sure that data science shouldn't be limited in the hands of people who are having these laptops and who are able to afford these workstations itself. It should be open to all. Everybody should be able to learn. Everybody should be able to experiment. Only then a technology can go and reach its potential at the end of the day. So what Google did was Google has a lot of servers. Okay, Google has a lot of servers that it has in its headquarters and its offices that are not being used. These servers are nothing else but computers themselves that have like the latest 12th gen Intel processors or the latest 9th gen Ryzen processors. They have graphic cards that are worth 6 lakhs. So that like the servers that Google has, it has a graphic card called as the Tesla graphic card. Each of these graphic cards costs 6 lakh rupees. That's the cost of just the graphic card. Each of these servers have 128 gigs of RAM. Now these type of computers, of course, nobody can afford. These are mega workstations that comes when you are having Google as a company. Now, most of these servers were ideal. Google wasn't using these servers at the end of the day. So they created Collab. Collab is a particular application that works on your browser. It provides you an interface right over here. You can code everything. So whenever you are coding something in Collab, instead of utilizing your resources, instead of utilizing the resources of your computer, this code is sent to the servers of Google, where it is run on the servers. It utilizes the resources of the servers itself, not your laptop or your computer. Then it gets sent back from the servers, the result, whatever the output is, that gets sent back from the servers to your computer, and you are just able to see the output. The only thing that Collab is currently utilizing of your computer is this browser and nothing else. Okay, is this browser that you're currently using, your Chrome browser, and nothing else. Okay, so yes, it requires an internet connection all the time because it needs to connect to a server at Google's end. Okay, there is an extension for IPYNB files in VS Code. Will it run the code on my hard drive or hosted cloud like you said? Praveen, like I said, VS Code is something that is working locally. It's working on your own computer. An IPYNB file means a Jupyter file. A Jupyter file that is working locally. So that will utilize the resources of your own computer itself. Okay? Okay. Are you guys able to understand why we are using Google Colab? Of course, another thing is it's for free. Google Colab is for free. It does not charge you anything. Now you need to understand one more thing. Whenever you are running a machine learning or a deep learning or any other program as well, like I said, it's huge, graphic intensive, and it utilizes a lot of resources from your computers. Now if you're just running it on a CPU, it will take 12 hours to run that particular like program itself. If you're using GPU, it will take you 3 hours to run that program. And then there is something called as TPUs or tensors. So GPUs is graphic processing units. You are having CPUs, then you are having your TPUs, tensor processing unit. TPUs are just made by Google itself. No other company makes TPUs. Google has patented it. It's made by Google, and the same program that was running in 12 hours on your CPU, 3 hours or 4 hours on your GPU will take 30 minutes to run on TPUs. And your Google Colab provides you the access to CPUs, GPUs, as well as TPUs to you for free. It does not charge you anything right over here. Okay. PC Rishi, it's great. Everybody has its own opinion or something like that, but you should be a bit more. Okay, it's great if you know Python, but most of the students who come to these boot camps have no knowledge of Python itself. We take 7 days. Any of our program has one thing that I've made absolutely certain while making this particular company DevTown. is that any student that is coming to my bootcamp, I make sure I have a hypothesis about that student, that that student knows nothing. The only thing that he's familiar is in English itself. He has no knowledge of Python, no knowledge of programming, no knowledge of any concept related to programming as well. And I need to start from there and then lead him to a project that is object detection, or maybe a web app, or maybe a backend development itself. So that is my aim. So you are like subject to your own opinion itself, but until unless you have already like gotten placed in a good company and you have won almost 15 different hackathons, got awards, got selected, your project has got selected by the Indian Army to be broadcasted into saving people, okay, finding missing people, then I think so you should just focus upon the boot camp and learn. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. Many of you must be familiar with Python. That's amazing. But again, like I'm explaining it, we focus upon taking things from scratch. We expect you guys to know nothing so that we are able to teach you guys everything from scratch in the next 7 days. Okay, so you might feel that it's a bit slow. I already know this, but that's the best for everyone, because we are not here to just teach one particular student. We are here to teach almost 200 students live right now. We don't know at what level every single student is, so we prefer to start from the utmost scratch itself. Give me a glass of water. Okay, so let's get started. Print function in Python. So any programming language that you're studying at any point of time, just so mostly you guys are Indians. Maybe some of you are not Indians. Some of you are from some other like countries as well. But one thing about the Indian culture that you guys must be able to agree is, anything that you are starting new, anything that you are doing for the very first time, or something that requires a lot of luck as well. So that's you start it with like having curd and sugar. Like it's felt like it's a concept that it's auspicious to have curd and sugar before starting that particular thing. Similarly, in programming as well, before starting any new language that you're going to learn, the first thing that you need to do in that particular language before learning anything is to write hello world in that particular language itself. Okay, is to write hello world in that particular language. So the first thing that we are going to do before starting anything else is to write hello world in your Python language itself. Of course, we will be learning about it and everything else as well, but that's the first thing that we are going to do. Okay, to get a lucky start. So in Python, when you want to print hello world in Python, or you want to like write something in Python itself, you are going to use the print function in Python. Okay, so print hello world. Okay, you want to print hello world, you want to type hello world. So one thing about Python is extremely great, that it's a very like low level language. Like it's very close to what English language is. So even if you're reading a Python line of code, it's very close to its interpretation. Like it's a very badly written, grammatically incorrect English sentence, but you will be able to understand its meaning. So let's write print, then in parenthesis you want to print hello world itself. Okay, that is hello world. Okay, so that's it. This is what will print hello world for us. Now of course we have opened up a Google Colab notebook and everything, but we need to connect it to the resources at Google servers. This is the button called as connect right over here. Just click on that. It will allocate some resources to you on the servers. It will connect you to those resources. It will initialize those resources for you, and then you can start coding. So once this is green, as you're able to see, it's initializing it, and then it has connected us to these Google Collaboratory servers. It provides you a disk space that is SSD. It provides you a RAM of 16 GBs that can be upgraded to 32 GBs as well. well. Okay, so don't worry about it. So we are able to print hello world right over here. So let's print it, run anyway. Okay. So right over here, you are able to see that we have printed hello world. We have done the very first thing right over here to print hello world on our screens. Okay. So print function, you will be seeing this print function very frequently in Python programming. It helps us to see what exactly is happening in our code. So basically, for example, you have written like 300, 400 different lines of code, or maybe 4 lakh lines of code as well. Now, at any point of time, there might be a case where you are getting some errors, or you want to know the value of a particular item at a particular line in your code itself. So all that particular things, you cannot just look at that 4 lakh lines of code and calculate it according to yourself. So you have these print statements in place. Print statements will print whatever you want on your screen at any point of time. So for example, right over here, if I'm having just 2 plus 7, let's see if I'm having 2 plus 7. So we know that 2 plus 7 is 9. Okay. So when you are running this particular line of code, you are able to see that 9 is getting printed on our screen. Now I also want to print 2 into 7 as well. So 2 into 7 is 14. Let's run this particular lines of code. You are easily able to see that we are getting 14 on our screen. But that 9 is lost. I'm not able to see 9 on my screen itself. What is happening right over here is Python is going over the first line of code, 2 plus 7. And then it's like, okay, 2 plus 7 is 9. So now what to do? Like I have nothing, like nobody's telling me what to do with this particular value. So I will just go to the next line of code itself. The next line of code is 2 into 7 is equals to 14. What to do with this particular 14? Now this is the last line of code, so I have nothing, so I will just put it out. Okay, so this is the last line, this is the result from the last line that I got. So you are able to see 14 on your screens, but I want to see both 9 and 14 on our screens itself. So you have to tell Python explicitly what you want to do with that particular 9, or what you want to do with that particular 14. You want to tell Python to print that particular value. So you will have to put it into parentheses and then write print. Okay, that is, you're telling Python to do 7 plus 2, that is 9, and then that value you want to print it. Okay, when I'm running this particular line of code, you are able to see that both 9 as well as 14 is getting printed on your screen. But this is not a good practice, that to keep the last line as something that you are expecting Python to understand that okay, Python will print it right over there. It's always a good practice. So although this particular code is correct, there's nothing wrong with the code, but according to the convention of Python itself, if you want 14 to be printed, use the print function. Tell Python what to do with it. Okay, use the print function, tell Python what to do with it. So you will be writing print 2 plus 7 and print 2 into 7 as well. Okay, so this is where print functions come in. Print is in Python is a useful built-in function that we can use to display input value as text in the output. Okay. Vaibhav Gupta, that's great that you already know these particular concepts, but attendance on a daily basis is important for the certification. Although the project will be happening, like we'll be learning about the concepts of the project from the 4th day, but still, if you're joining us from the 4th day itself, you will not be able to get these certificates. Although, yes, for the knowledge portion itself, you can continue from like the 4th day, but you can gain the knowledge, you can do the projects, but we will not be able to provide you with this certificate. The second thing is there will be some particular items that I've added right over here that you will only be knowing if you have previously studied some books on Python. If you have not studied books, if you have visited some courses and learned from them, then there will be some points that I've added right over here that won't be there in any particular course that we are having. Okay. Okay, great. So similarly, you can print out numbers, you can print out strings. So this is called as strings. We will be learning about them There will be a separate section where we'll be learning just about strings. But right now, any text that you want to print, so print hello world, and that will print it the entire text for you. Now let's try to understand the concept of variables in Python. Understanding variables is very important. Are you guys having any questions up till now? Please let me know. I will take it step by steps. I don't want to rush you guys into something. Are you guys able to understand everything up till now? Do you have any questions? Will you be sharing the notebook, Vaibhav? I think so. You were late in the class. Down in the description of the video itself. So this is the video that you are currently watching. In the description of the video itself, you will be able to see the link to the notebook. Okay. Okay, great. Everything is clear, guys. You're 200 people. I want to see 200 people, right? If they have a problem, have they understood anything or not, so that we are able to proceed further. Okay. There are 200 people live right now with us. I need to see 200 yes or no. All clear, guys? Please let me know. Be fast. Like if I'm asking you to write it in the live chat, I want to make sure that you guys are actually listening to me properly. You're not writing it in the live chat, I will understand that you guys were not listening to me. Okay. Okay, amazing, guys, amazing. So let's move on to the next concept, that is variables. Understanding variables is very important in any programming language. They are used all the time in Python or other languages as well. Any language, whether you are learning C, C++, C Sharp, Java, JavaScript, Python, Go, any language that you're learning, variables is a concept that will come in every single language. Okay. So let's try to understand why and what are variables and why do we require variables as well. So let's open up Paint. Okay, and let's select the pencil tool with the size of 4 right over here, and let's try to understand the concept behind variables. Let's say that you are a programmer. So this is you. Okay, let's make the specs a bit geeky. Then you are having your hair like this as well. You are wearing a collared t-shirt. Okay, so this is you. Okay, you have recently got placed. You have joined a big company, big time MNC as well. Okay, and now you want to let me just rub this from right over here. And now you have shifted to Bangalore. Recently, you have shifted to Bangalore. You are a programmer at heart. So once you have shifted to Bangalore, you got a house at rent. Okay, so you got a house for rent as well, and you have a landlady. Okay, this is your landlady, as you're able to see right over here. And this is a very like khadus landlady. She is not a good person. Now, your finances itself, you are a programmer, you don't want to handle your finances, your taxes, your savings, filling out the monthly rent, like giving the monthly rent. You have joined let's say you have joined a gym as well. Okay, you have joined a gym. You have taken up a car on EMI as well. So you have taken up a car on EMI as well. So all these different expenses that you have to pay monthly, you want to create a program that can handle all these things for you. You don't want to do it yourself. So what you have done is you have written 10,000 lines of code. Okay. You have written 10,000 lines of code, not one, not two, 10,000 lines of code that is able to handle all your finances for you. For example, your salary is, let's say 1 lakh rupees a month. Okay. Your salary is 1 lakh rupees a month. Your house rent is 25,000 rupees a month. Okay, that is your house rent. Your gym membership is, let's say, 5,000 rupees a month, as well as your EMI for your car is also 5,000 rupees a month. Okay, now you are in your tax. Okay, so you will have to fill out your taxes as well. Now, right now, the tax for on 1 lakh is 30%. You have to pay 30% to taxes as well. You want to find your savings. Okay, how much money you are able to save on a monthly basis. So while writing your code itself, you have you have called APIs to like UPI clients like Paytm and PhonePe to pay out your rent on on a monthly basis, your gym member on a monthly basis, your car EMI on a monthly basis, connecting to the tax website where you have to upload your tax papers and pay your tax. That too, you have automated the entire process using Python, let's say. So the entire code, there will be lines such as, for example, you want to calculate your tax. So you will be writing, like, wherever you want to calculate your tax, you want to write, like, for example, 1 lakh into 30 divided by 100, that will be your taxes. You want to calculate your savings, then you will have to write 1 lakh minus 1 lakh into 30 divided by 100, minus your 500 for 5,000 for your gym membership, minus 5,000 for your car EMI, minus 25,000 for your rent itself, and so on and so forth. Okay. uh, think about APIs as, like, you want to make the payment to a particular client. Okay, so you will open up your mobile phone, go to the app, scan the QR code, make the payment right over there. So all that process can be like automated as well. So there is an API, okay, an application programming interface, that basically, when you are making the payment, it sends the request to the API, and then the entire thing happens. So instead of having that entire layout where you are scanning the code, you can automate that process and send the request yourself as well. Now that is outside the scope of what we are learning right now. That was just an example. Focus upon the example itself, not the intricacies of the same. Okay. Now, for example, your landlady someday comes into, like, the knowledge that your salary is 1 lakh rupees a month and you're just paying 25,000 for your rent. So your landlady says that, okay, if you want to continue living in my house, I'm increasing my rent from 25,000, okay, from 25,000 to 30,000. Now now you have to pay 30,000 to me on a monthly basis. So you are like, okay, no issues in that, but now there's a problem. You have to go through these 10,000 lines of code, and wherever there is, like, 25,000 right over here, you want to update it to 30,000. Okay, you want to update the 25,000 to 30,000 everywhere, wherever you have used it for maybe some calculations or something like that. Now, okay, so somebody would be very smart. Somebody would be like, sir, why don't we do a control F and control R, means basically find and then replace all the 25,000 with 30,000. That's a great deal. Amazing. You guys are able to understand it. But what if I want to change? So now my EMI of the car has increased from 5,000 to, let's say, 5,500. Okay, the EMI of my car has increased from 5,000 to 5,500. What to do in that particular case? So then you would have to go to every single 5,000, try to identify whether this particular 5,000 is for your gym membership or your car EMI. So you will have to go through the entire line of code, try to understand which one is for what. Okay, maybe right over here as well, you are having your 5,000. So this 5,000 is for the car or for the gym. You have to identify that and then replace it with 5,500. So this is a very tedious process. You have to go through 10,000 lines of code and change everything. And I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to spend that much time on doing this. So that is where the concept of variables come into place. Now, instead of having the entire thing in such a way, let's say, let's remove everything from right over here. So let's nickname everything. Let's give a nickname to everything. So maybe we are having Sal as a nickname for 1 lakh. Okay, so Sal is a particular nickname given to the value of 1 lakh. We are having a value Jim, okay, that has a value of 5,000. Just like in Monopoly, most of you guys must have played Monopoly. So Monopoly card of 5 million is like denotes $5 million itself. So similarly, now Jim denotes 5,000. EMI denotes 5,000 as well. Okay, then you are having another nickname for, let's say, your rent. Okay, that would be 25,000 right over here. Now, when you are writing your 10,000 lines of code, instead of using the numbers, you are using these nicknames. So you are calculating the tax. So tax is equals to, tax is again a nickname given to the value contained inside of tax. Okay, salary multiplied by 0.03. Okay, so that will give you the tax itself. Then you want to find the savings. So save is equals to sal minus sal into 0.03 minus gym minus EMI minus rent, and so on and so forth. Now, if the landlady increases the rent to 30,000 from 25,000, the landlady has increased the rent to 30,000 as well. Okay, so what you have to do is you don't have to go to the 10,000 lines of code. You don't even have to look at the code itself. You just have to come to these 4 lines of code and change rent is equals to 30,000. That's it. Wherever you have used rent anywhere inside your 10,000 lines of code, now the value of rent is 30,000. Okay, similarly, if the EMI has been increased to 5,500, you just has to come to these 4 lines of code, increase the value of EMI to 5,500, and wherever you have used EMI anywhere inside your code, the new value of the EMI would automatically be 5,500. You don't have to go through these 10,000 lines of your code yourself. You don't even have to look at it. That is the concept of variables. These nicknames that you're having right over here are the concept of variables itself. Okay, so think about variables as boxes. Okay, think about variables as boxes. So for example, we are having rent is equals to 25,000. Okay, or 2,000. Let's say rent is equals to 2,000. So what is happening right over here is you are creating a box. You're creating a box called as rent that has a value of 2,000 placed inside of it. Okay, it's a box called as rent that has a value of 2,000 placed inside of it. Okay, so wherever you are going to use rent anywhere in your code in the future, it refers to the value that it contains. Okay, it refers to the value that it contains. So if I'm writing something like rent is equals to rent plus 200, that means that on the left hand side, if your variable name is on the left hand side, it means you're talking about the box. So that is the box rent. If it is on the right hand side, it talks about the value that it contains. The value that rent contains is 2,000 right over here. Okay, the value that rent contains is 2,000 right over here, and then you are having rent is equals to 2,000 plus 200, that is 2,200 right over here, and the new value inside of rent would be 2,200. Think about rent, think about variables as boxes. Now in Python, whenever you want to create any new variable, you can directly create the variable by writing the name of the variable, for example, month, and then assigning the value that it contains on the right hand side. Okay, so you are having month is equals to 12. So you are assigning the value 12 to the variable called as month. Okay, now when you are writing print month, so it will print the value contained inside of month itself, that is 12. When I'm running this particular line of code, you are able to see that we are getting 12 as our output right over here. Okay. Okay, so using variables in place of direct numbers have many advantages. Variables are used to store information to be referenced and manipulated in a computer program. Creating a new variable in Python is very simple. Okay, so we have already seen that why variables are better than using numbers directly. We have already seen that. Okay, so it's very easy to understand this. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand everything up till here? Please let me know. Yeah, so best video status song, the certificate is for free. We don't charge anything for that. There are 200 people live right now, right over here. Whenever I'm asking that whether you have understood everything or not, I want everyone to write whether they have understood everything or not. Like, that is the basic thing that I expect from you guys. Okay, have you guys understood everything? Please let me know. Have you guys understood everything? Please let me know. Okay, great. So So here is a small assignment for you guys as well. If you get some time, it's not compulsory. You don't have to submit the assignment anywhere. It's totally up to you. If you get some time, try to do it. Okay, it's very simple. It just helps you to gain some practice as well. That's the main aim for that. Okay, so do try to do this. Okay. Okay, great. So let's move on to the next part. In any case, whatever term is on the left hand side is now the name for whatever value is on the right hand side. So on the left hand side, you are having the variable name. On the right hand side, you are having the value that you want to store inside that particular variable name. Once a value has been assigned to a variable name, you can access that value from the variable name itself. For example, we used month to print out the value that contains inside the month itself. Now we are having another question right over here. So let's take this particular example. So we are having, so I want you guys to answer this. If we are having a is equals to 3, let's say we are having a is equals to 3, b is equals to a is equals to 6, then what is the value of a comma b? Okay, write the value of a comma b. So if the value of a comma b is 1 comma 2, write the value inside of live chat like this. Okay, what will the value of a comma b? Can someone let me know? After running these three lines of code, what will be the value of a comma b? Can somebody let me know? Okay, so most of you have written it absolutely clear and correct as well, that the value, the answer would be 6 comma 3 itself. Some of you were writing 3 comma 3, some of you were writing 6 comma 6. So these are not the correct answers. Let's try to understand this. Okay, try to make sure that you are able to get this properly. We are having two boxes right over here. One is a box A and the other one is a box B. In the starting, the value that contains inside of a is 3. Okay, so a is equals to 3, so a contains the value 3 inside of it. The next line we are writing b is equals to a. Now a is on the right hand side. Whenever a variable is on the right hand side, it denotes the value that it contains inside of it. Okay, so the value inside of it is 3, so b also contains 3 inside of it. Now we have again re-released a is equals to 6. So we'll take out the value 3 from inside of A and replace that with the new value 6 that we are putting inside of it. So the value of A would be 6 and the value of B would be 3. Okay, so the answer would be 6 comma 3. Are you guys able to understand? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know, guys. Okay, great. So if you don't declare a variable and try to print the output or use a particular variable, it will give us a error. So you need to tell Python that, okay, this is a particular variable and it contains this particular value inside of it. If you don't declare a value, okay, if you don't declare a variable and provide a value inside of it, then that does not exist. Python does not know what it is. We're directly trying to use x. So I've not written x equals to 15 or x equals to something. I don't have it. So I'm directly writing print x. So it will give me an error saying that name x is not defined. Basically, I don't know what x is. Okay, that is the basic problem statement right over here. Multiple assignment operator. Suppose you are making a program where you enter the dimensions of the tank and it will give you the volume of the tank as output. So for example, right over here, I'm having height is equals to 3, length is equals to 6, width is equals to 2, and the volume is equals to height into length into width. And I'm printing the value of volume outside. So the answer would be 36. 3 into 6 into 2, that is 36. The value contained inside of volume would be 36 itself. Now Python is famous for compressing your code itself, trying to bring down long pieces and big pieces of code into smaller chunk sized code as well, that is easily interpreted and understood as well. So instead of writing this entire thing in 5 lines of code, you can use multiple variable assignment operator to do this exact same thing. Okay, so you can basically declare the values in a single line of code as well. So height comma length comma width is equals to 3 comma 6 comma 2. So what will happen is 3 will get assigned to height, 6 will get assigned to length, and 2 would get assigned to width simultaneously. This is called as multiple variable assignment operation. Okay, now when you're writing volume is equals to height into length into width, you'll be doing 3 into 6 into 2, and you will again be getting the same result, that is volume is equals to 36. The value contained inside of volume is 36 right over here. Are you guys able to understand the meaning behind multiple variable assignment operator? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand multiple variable assignment operator? Please let me know, guys. Okay, amazing, guys. Amazing, amazing. Next, we are having some variable naming conventions. Now, whenever you are creating a variable, you need to name that particular variable as well. For example, rent, or maybe you are naming it as height, length, width. So there are some rules and regulations as well as some conventions, okay, that you need to follow at any point of time. So let's look at some of these rules first of all. Then we'll look at some of the conventions as well that exists. Okay, so no worries in that. So right over here, there are 6 rules that you need to follow while naming a Python variable. Okay, whenever you want to name a Python variable, you need to follow these 6 rules at any point of time. The first rule is you should start a variable name with an alphabet or underscore character. You cannot have a number. Okay, you cannot start. So rule number 3 is you cannot start the variable name with a number, and you can start the variable name with a character or an underscore. The first character, for example, in rent, R is the first character of that particular variable name. That can only be an alphabet, maybe capital A to Z or small a to Z, or an underscore. It cannot be a number. So rule 1 and rule 3, we have done it simultaneously. We cannot start a variable name with a number, and the first character of a variable name should be a character, an alphabet from A to Z, that is small a to Z or capital A to Z, or an underscore itself. A variable name can contain capital A to Z, small a to Z, 0 to 9, and an underscore inside of it. So although we cannot start a variable name with a number, but yes, a variable can contain numbers. Variable name can contain numbers inside of it. So 7007 James Bond won't work. 7 James Bond won't work. These are variable names that won't work. But James Bond 007 or James Bond 7 or James 7 Bond, all these will work, because you cannot start a variable name with a number, but yes, you can contain a number inside a variable name as well. Okay, then you cannot use special characters with the variable names such as dollar, percent, hash, and at rate, hyphen, etc. You cannot use, the only special character that you can use is an underscore itself. Okay, you cannot use any, you cannot even start, you cannot even contain any special characters within a variable name. You can only contain an underscore, that's it. Okay, variable names are case sensitive. Okay, that means that small str, okay, is str written in all small, or str written in all caps, or str s, capital T, small r, capital S, capital T, capital R, small s, small t, capital R, all these will be treated as separate variable names. All these will be treated as different variable names itself, because Python is a case sensitive language. Okay, the sixth and the last rule is you don't use a reserved keyword as a variable name. For example, you cannot use print as a variable name. You cannot use for, is, else, try, from. These are all variables name, these are all keywords that have some special value in Python, that have some special meaning already in Python. So you cannot use these keywords as your variable name. I don't expect you guys to understand like or remember all these keywords. With time, when you will be starting to use Python regularly, you will be becoming very familiar with these keywords. Secondly, how to find whether a particular variable name is might be a keyword is that it will get highlighted for you. Okay, for example, right over here, if I'm trying to use for, that is a reserved keyword in Python, it is already getting highlighted for me. I am already able to understand that this is a reserved keyword in Python. Okay. Right over here, for example, X is a variable name, that's true. Then you're having Y, then you're having my Python in all small, my underscore Python, underscore my underscore Python, my Python 7. So all these are allowed variable names. All these won't be generating any kind of errors for you guys. Okay, it will work absolutely perfect. Okay. Now variable names that are not allowed. Okay, for example, starting with a particular number, so this is not allowed. Containing an hyphen, this is not allowed. Containing at the rate, okay, so this is also not allowed. Containing space, so that is also not allowed. You cannot use a particular keyword as a variable name. So all these will generate an invalid syntax. So what is syntax in programming? Syntax is like grammar of that particular programming language. So for example, in English, you are having some rules and regulations to make sure that your English is absolutely perfect. Similarly, you are having some rules and regulations to make sure that your syntax is absolutely perfect in programming. So if you are making any type of these type of rule based errors, you will get an invalid syntax or a syntax error right over here, that your grammar is pathetic. Okay, follow the rules of this particular programming language. Okay. Now, rules are something that if broken, you will get an error. Your code won't even work properly. The second things are conventions. Okay. Now, what are conventions? Conventions are basically some unsaid rules that have been created by the programming community in general. Now, these rules, breaking these rules won't generate an error. Your code will run properly even if you're not following these conventions. But if you're not following these conventions, anyone who is reading your code will be able to identify that you don't know coding. You are just a beginner. You have no knowledge of how to write proper, clean, and good quality code. Okay, so that is the main thing. Okay, so conventions are something that if you are not following it, it won't give you a syntax error, but it will identify you as a poor programmer. The first convention in naming a particular variable is your keep the name of the variables descriptive but short. Okay, the name of the variable should be short but descriptive as well at the end of the day. For example, while taking the input for the height of a tree, like you want to take a variable, you want to create a variable that contains the value of the height of a tree inside of it, then how should you name that particular variable? You shouldn't name it as X or H because it's not descriptive, it's short. X and H is very short, but it is not descriptive enough. What is X? What is H? I'm not able to understand it. You shouldn't keep it as height underscore of underscore the underscore tree. It's descriptive. You are able to understand what that variable means, but it's just too long. It should be a bit shorter. The correct variable name for the same should be just height and nothing else. Just height. It's short, but it's descriptive as well. Just height. Okay. Also, so there is no fixed way. Okay, so maybe somebody will be considering height underscore tree. That might also be a good scenario. Okay, but if in the case that you are creating a particular application that only deals with trees, so you don't have to write height underscore tree. If you are dealing with heights of variable multiple objects, then yes, you should write height underscore tree to identify that this is the height of a tree itself, and so on and so forth. Okay. The second particular convention that you need to follow is the Pythonic way to name variables is to use all lowercase letters and underscores to separate the word. This is called as snake case. Okay, it's called as snake case writing, where you want to use all lowercase capitals. Don't use uppercase letters inside your variable name. And difference, for example, height underscore tree. Okay, you want to write it like that. Okay, so for example, right over here, my underscore height, everything is in small letters, separated by underscores, my underscore lat, my underscore long. These are called as Pythonic way of writing variable names. The second is my long, everything in capital letters, my lat, where the first letter is capital. So you don't want to, although these are correct variable names, but this is not the Pythonic way of writing a variable name. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know, guys. What if I write it as my height? It is correct, but again, that is not the Pythonic way of writing the code. Okay, the Pythonic way is to use snake case. Okay, okay, so now I will show you guys the attendance for today. You have 1 hour. So today I'm just telling you guys how is the attendance and everything. From tomorrow, anywhere in the middle of the class, I will be showing the attendance for like 5 seconds or like 2 seconds or 1 second itself. And then I will give you 30 minutes after or 1 hour at the end of the class to fill the attendance up. Those students who are able to fill the attendance up live will only be able to qualify for the certificates. All the other students won't be qualifying for the certificates. Okay, so that is how we every single day the attendance will be taken up anywhere in the middle of the class. If you have missed the attendance, it's gone. You are not getting the certificates. Okay, okay, great. So now I will create the form for you. I have not even started creating the form. Okay, so right over here, I need the attendance link. Give me a second. There are just so many links right now that we have. Day 1. Tab. This bootcamp is for object detection, if I'm not wrong. So Uh, I don't know where these shit people come into play. Rahul, I have no idea who the fuck you are. Okay. But I hope that some of these students from the previous boot camp will be able to like talk on my behalf whether we have completed the projects or not. I hope that you guys are there right now in the boot camp from the last two boot camps itself. Guys, are you there? Don't leave me hanging. We have completed the project for the last two boot camps. Am I right? I don't know where these people come into play, but yeah, we try our best to ignore these kinds of people. But what we can do is the thing that can be done for the same. See, that's the main problem as of this particular day that I'm able to see is that people don't attend the sessions. They won't be coming live, and then they will be saying that, sir, attendance. So I filled up the attendance form. I missed it on 2 days. You didn't do the project. I'm like, dude, like if you're not attending the sessions live, then yes, nobody in the entire world is going to help you guys up. So there's nothing that can be done. Okay, so Coding Club has attended the boot camps from the Shape AI times, like from the past 2 years itself. That's great. We will be learning the meaning of CNN. CNN basically means convolutional neural networks. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, so let me just create this right over here for day 1. Move this from here, June 2022. Okay, so I think so everything has been made right over here. Want this stuff link. So either you can like take a screenshot of the link from right over here. Again, it's a YouTube video. You can scroll back, watch the link as many number of times that you want. Otherwise, I'm also sharing a QR code as well. Okay. So let me just create a QR code for you guys. QR code. From tomorrow, I will have already like created the QR code and everything, so you don't have to worry about it. Hey, why has my every single day something happens and my search engine gets changed to Yahoo? Like it's this shit search engine. Okay, so let me paste the okay, this that copy paste static QR code day 1 June. So this is the QR code for your day 1 attendance, as you are able to see from right over here. So you can scan the QR code, or you can also go back and watch the link as well. That's totally up to you. Okay. So I will answer the questions one by one. First of all, the roadmap for this course, I've already told Rahul, please be on time. We'll start with Python the first 3 days, and we'll be learning a bit about machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, convolutional neural networks, YOLO, that is the object detection algorithm, and then we'll be having our project. Okay, so that will be the entire thing. Guys, I got an internship in the Department of Atomic Energy as a CS student and will be working in beam diagnostics section. That's great, Amit. Congratulations to you. How to receive certificate process? So the certification process is absolutely clear. Okay, every single day, anywhere in the middle of the class itself, I'll be showing you guys the attendance link. You will have to fill that attendance link live itself during the class. Those students who are filling it up during the class, only their attendance will be taken into consideration. Students who will be having 7 days of attendance will be getting the certificate via DevTown, that is for participation in the boot camp. So at the end of the bootcamp, we'll be having a project that we'll be doing on the 7th day. We'll be giving you 7 days or 5 days to submit that project as well. Once you have submitted that project, we'll be cross-verifying it so that to make sure that you have submitted the correct stuff. Then after 1 or 2 weeks, after the cross-verification has been done, then you will be getting the certificates. Those students having 100% attendance as well as the correct project submitted, okay, will be getting the certificates via Google developer groups as well as Microsoft Student Learn Ambassador program, stating that they have completed this particular boot camp. So that will be a project certificate that they will be able to get. Okay. Okay, so I've answered that as well. Attendance has been taken up. Variables which are used as a constant are usually named in capital letters, right? But right now we are not using variables that are constants. So these are not called as variables. There are not variables. There are constants itself. Okay, variables is something whose value can be changed. Okay. So can we make up for attendance by any other means? No. See, that is the reason why we have kept the boot camp from 7 to 8. It's in the evening. All the college and everything gets over by 5. Okay, so that's the reason why we are having the boot camps in the evening itself. Okay, if there is a like a problem of 1 day, okay, maybe like you have attended it for 6 days, you are having complete attendance on time and you have submitted the project but you missed it by just 1 day, in that case we can of course take it into consideration ourselves. You will not have to say anything for that. But if it's like you have attended it for 2, 3 or 4 days and that too not on time, then we will not take it into consideration. Okay, right over here, scan this QR code, fill the attendance form that will be taken as your attendance itself. Okay. The attendance link won't be shared anywhere. Okay, if anybody is caught sharing the attendance link as well, he or she will be banned, blacklisted from the boot camps and won't get any certificates. Okay. Okay, great. So the attendance link has also been shared with you guys. The second thing that I will request is you guys are currently like doing this particular program live. So please do like the video. Like I said, it's for free. The entire boot camp we conducted for free. We don't charge anything. The only thing that we expect from you guys is your support. So do like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us a lot. It helps us to show these big companies that the community is growing, and you guys at the end are able to get the benefits of that by getting the certificates. So at the end of the day, you guys are getting the benefit of the same as well. So please try to attend the bootcamp on time, because without that you won't be able to get these certificates. And also please do like the video. It really helps us a lot. Okay. Thank you so much, Vidya. I've already shared the attendance thing, guys. So please do fill up the attendance form. This is a YouTube video. Okay, so you can just move the video back behind, watch the entire session, so on and so forth. You have 1 hour to fill up the attendance link. Okay, you have 1 hour to fill up the attendance form. After that, we won't be accepting any attendance. Okay. Okay. But then don't worry about it. Your attendance will be counted. Your registration won't be counted. Okay. For this time, because like this is the first time that you're coming for the boot camp. For the next boot camp, you will have to register yourself as well. For this particular boot camp, I'm giving you an exception. For the next boot camp, you would have to register yourself. Okay. Divyani, this is a YouTube video. You can scroll the video back and watch the attendance link. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. Let's meet tomorrow. Please be on time. Please be at 7. We'll be having the class once again. For those who want to connect with me, okay, they can surely do that. Let me just show it to you guys. In the description of the video itself, you will find the link to our LinkedIn page. You'll find the link to our Instagram page as well. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, you can just go to LinkedIn and search for Shaurya Sinha. You will be able to find my name right over there. You can just search for Shaurya Sinha and send me a connection request. I will surely accept that. If you want to connect with me like informally as well, if you want to connect with me on Instagram, you can do that as well. So this is the DevTown page right over here. In the following itself, we follow just 3 people. One of them is me, Shaurya Sinha. So you can directly go to Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram as well. So right over here, as you are able to see, we post on a daily basis problems to practice, like linked list, which code editor, popular apps made by C++, JavaScript interview questions, some projects as well. So all these different things, roadmaps, everything, we try to tell you guys everything right over here. Okay. Otherwise, as well, if you want to connect with me personally, you can just send me a follow request on my profile, and I will surely connect with you guys as well. Okay. So yeah, that would be it for today, I guess. Okay. Okay. So everything I've told you guys about the attendance and everything else as well. I don't think so. I'm not able to understand best video what you're trying to say. Please, attendance, student name. I'm not able to understand. Please write it properly. I'm not able to understand what you're trying to say. Please write it properly. Like, again, best video. I'm not able to understand what you are saying right over here. Please write it properly. The attendance procedure has already been told to you guys. Okay, those who are late, you will have to go through the video again to learn about it. I have told everything related to attendance. If you are late, that is totally up to you. You were not on time, you will have to go through the entire stuff and learn about the attendance. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. We'll be ending it right over here. Let's meet again tomorrow at 7. Please be on time. It was great to meet you guys as well. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Whatever email that you're using in the attendance form, use the exact same email on every single day. For the entire 7 days, use the same email ID. Don't use another email ID. Okay. So for those who want to confirm if the attendance has been submitted or not, you just like, if you have selected whether you want to get the entire stuff or not, let me just check it. Okay. Okay, so if you have submitted the form, that means it has already got submitted. That's it. Okay, there's nothing else about it. Okay. Prichinna, like I said again, I know you have come up late, man. Why are you trying to waste my time? Just go through the video again. I've already explained everything right over there. Okay, don't waste time. Okay. Rohit, you will have to fill up the Google form. Okay, again, I know you are late. So go through the video once again, how to submit the attendance form. I've already told you guys. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. We will meet at a later point of time. Thank you so much. Thank you.